What up? It's Connor here with Doc's Diesel. We're going to be doing a four-wheel brake job on this 2017 F250. That includes front brake rotors, rear brake rotors, and front and rear pads as well. This is a new line here through Doc's. We are now carrying brake rotors and brake pads for many different models, whether that is Dodge, Ford, Chevy, you name it, we have them. I'm going to show you a little bit how to do that. So we started by taking our lug nuts off. I do only have one on here, just holding the wheel on. So you're going to start by getting those off and keeping them in a safe spot because you're going to need them. And get this wheel off. So here we have our rotor, our caliper. So back here we have our caliper bolts. You got 4 of them. You need 24 mil for your bigger bolts and then 17 for the smaller ones. Get those loosened up. Be a little bit harder on these northern trucks with all this rust. So now you're going to need to take off this caliper here. We do have the bolts removed, which we set here in our little pan. There are these 2 back bolts with the caliper pins. You're going to want to make sure these move freely or else you're going to have to consider getting a new caliper. And then you're going to pop this off here. Some people like to use zip ties or a bungee cord, hold that up there so it doesn't fall. Just be careful, you don't want these brake lines to stretch. Sometimes they can break. Remove this caliper bracket. Okay, I'm gonna take those off. Some good wear on this front one. Here is a comparison of the Doc's Diesel part. A lot more life there. And these parts here are built to withstand a lot more heat, heavier braking, which is great for these bigger trucks where you're going to be towing. You're going to need that stopping power. So that's what these are really designed to do. Now that we got that caliper off and those pads, we're going to need to knock this off here. All right, so once it pops loose like that, you're good to just pull it off. Starting to sweat. You got the AC on in here? Okay, you're gonna get that right here in the hub. Now over here at the workbench, we are getting these pads fitted up to our caliper bracket. The package does come with extra clips and lube. These northern trucks will build up a little bit of rust here on these brackets, so it's good practice to clean those off, make sure everything fits the way it's supposed to. Get those good. Take that back over there. Get this mated up to the truck. Squeeze those tight up against the rotor. Then you're gonna grab your bolts and start those in there to hold this in. You're gonna next need to press in the caliper so you can fit the caliper over top of these pads, and then you'll be good to bolt everything up and go from there. Sometimes you gotta give it a little bit of encouragement to line right up. Tighten that up. And tighten that up. Nice and tight. Just installed the new Doc's rotor with the new Doc's pads. From here on out, you're gonna wanna repeat for the next side, and the same with the back. The back is a little different, but we will also show how to do that as well. All right, just getting finished up with the front. Now we're on to the back here. Same process, take your lug nuts off. I already have them off here. Yep, take your wheel off. We're gonna take the pads out and then the rotor. Stick with us while we do that. It's now time to get off this rear rotor. These can be a little tight because this is where the emergency brake is, so you will have to hit it with a sledgehammer, really get that loosened up. Okay, at this point you're going to want to check the life of these inner shoes, and they look okay. This is your emergency brake. I had a little bit of trouble getting this rotor over the emergency brake. It seemed like the shoes of the emergency brake were popping up and out. So to make sure you have those right in line, set the rotor. Press in the caliper here. Get that pressed in. We're gonna get our brake pads ready to be reinstalled. One thing to note, now that we're finishing this up, since we did compress these calipers, you will need to pump your brakes when you go to drive again, so make sure you do that. We just got the rotor installed with the Dox diesel pads. These are an awesome addition to the truck. Great for the guys who tow with less fade and really good at dispersing the heat. So if you're looking for an awesome set of brake pads and rotors, don't look past the Dox diesel. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. If you have any comments, any questions, feel free to comment below. Thanks.